Hey folks, Truss Engineering. This is take 2. I don't know how to edit videos. In the first take, I got mush mouth. So Truss Engineering, let's go over each truss is identified by a tag. Sometimes it's stamped in there, the name of it. So here's the AO1, here's the AO1, here's AO2. Now we got 4 AO2s in a row. And let's take a look at that because they're exactly the same. And if we pan to the right, that's part of the recessed ceiling for this unit here. And then the recessed ceiling comes down over there. So what is all this cattywampus lumber? The stuff that looks like it was just left over or abandoned. Okay, that is where we look at the truss engineering for each truss. So here I am with truss AO2, and here you can see in 2 dimension, here's that recessed ceiling, okay? And what about the cattywampus lumber? Right here, it says bracing. It's got an A in parentheses. It says continuous lateral restraint, equally spaced on member. What is a member? Okay, each one of these little guys is called a web, so that would be a member. And since there's 4 AO2 trusses, so this web is identical on all 4 of those, and there's an A right there. Let's see if we can identify it. That's like at a 45-degree angle. And that is going to be this web right here and right there. Okay, and backing up right there. And this is the cattywampus lumber right here, tying them all together. So let's just focus on AO2. The reason for this, if we didn't have any of this extra lumber here and there was a strong wind coming from behind this way, then those first couple trusses would take an enormous strain. What the engineering lumber that's tacked onto here, it ties the whole roof system into one structure, if that makes sense. And so the load is distributed through all of the trusses. Sounds reasonable, right? Well, let's look for some more because we've got, on this particular truss, it calls for us, there's 4 AO2s, another piece of engineering here, A. This one's about an 80-degree angle, and that's really close, that's in the recessed ceiling right there. So this will be easy for us to find here. So let's go to where the recessed ceiling is, and there are the 3 webs that go up, one at 80 degrees, one at about 90, and one at about 70. Okay, so we're gonna look at this guy, and up here, this is the engineering lumber for those 4 trusses, fore and aft, all right? Let's go to the 90-degree vertical web, okay? This lumber here is tying them all in, also these AO1s over here, but there's a page for AO1. So they just ran a long, long piece to connect them all together, but let's just focus on the AO2s. And then the web that's at a 70-degree angle is this guy here, those 4 in a row. And you see, bam, they ran right across there. So that is the engineering lumber that's called out for this. So that's why it looks all weird, but I hope that made some sense. And take a look right here. And so you get a close-up of those 4 points where the A is in parentheses. And this all gets inspected. You're missing one, you fail. It's not the end of the world, but once you do this about 5-7 times, then you get really familiar with identifying, oh, we're missing a piece right there. Hey boys, let's grab the gun nailer and slap it in, no problem.